I'm in the middle of what's known as the 2-week Minecraft phase, right? Which is where if you played the game in the past, you come back to the game after a while and play it, and you love it. You play it for about 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks you drop it.
How long would you say it's been since you last played?
I don't know actually, but it's been a while.
It's been a hot minute. It's been at least a year, I would say.
Oh, it probably has been actually, yeah, maybe even more.
Yeah.
But now I'm probably about a week in.
Oh, so we've only got about a week left.
Well, this is the thing, and...
Editing Harry put that timer on the screen.
This is a thing that happens. I don't know why it's a thing that happens. Well, now I do. But it is a thing that happens where you come back to this one specific game for some reason and then drop it and lose interest after about 2 weeks. So...
I mean, in just the fact that it's called the 2-week... Minecraft phase, like it's called the Minecraft phase. I don't know any other game that has that kind of reputation.
What game has phases? I don't really know. But anyways, I mean, that's what we're talking about today.
Exciting topic. Chink your water.
It's pretty disappointing. I have a glass of water rather than any hot drink today.
Very disappointing. And for the person, you know who you are, the person who said that they're going to make the video in about a year's time listing all the different beverages that we've drunk. I say beverages because it's no longer hot drinks because you've already broken the rule.
Get me down for one
water.
One crisp pint of water.
Write that down.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great start.
It's a great start. Yeah, I mean, broken tradition already.
Broken tradition, but I'll let you have it because, you love your water.
Yeah.
You're a water boy.
Water's like top 3 drinks.
Top 3 drinks
is like just plain water. You got to agree with me, surely.
Well, I would say top 3 drinks are Yorkshire tea biscuit blend, and then
what was number
water.
What was number 3 when you ranked them? What was your third?
I can't even remember. No, biscuit blend was number 3.
It was.
Bird and blend was number 2.
Okay, well there you go. So that's the top 3 drinks.
So Yorkshire tea, bird and blend, crisp glass of water from the fridge.
There you go, that's fair. Yeah.
Crisp tap water from a hard water area.
Crisp.
Nice and healthy.
Filtered tap water.
Yeah, but the filter doesn't work.
That's been in the fridge. It does still work. This one does still work.
No, it doesn't. It said it ran out.
Oh. Okay, unfiltered tap water has been sat in the fridge.
Just cold tap water.
For like overnight.
All the fluoride or whatever is great for your teeth.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It enriches your gum health.
It really does, yeah.
Oh.
We're not talking about tea today.
No, we're talking about Minecraft.
We did tea a couple weeks ago.
We did tea, and we're not talking about teeth either.
We're not talking about teeth. We're not talking about tea.
We're talking about TNT.
We're not talking about TNT. We're talking about Minecraft.
Okay, so for people that don't know, would you like to give a rundown of Minecraft as a game? Because I'm sure there's some people out there that don't know.
Minecraft is a game. It's the game.
It's certainly a game.
I mean, there's not really much point. It doesn't feel like there's much point explaining what Minecraft is because surely everyone knows what it is. But if you don't, it was released in 2011. It's since then gone to sell over 350 million copies.
Wow, that's at least one of all of my friends.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not quite, but maybe it's close. It's good. It is the best-selling video game ever of all time. So hence I say, if you don't know it, that's kind of crazy.
Do you think any of the people that bought the game, have the classic subscribe to a YouTube channel and then make a new account because you forgot your password and then resubscribe? So do you think?
Well, how many people bought it and then bought it again?
And then had to buy it again.
Probably, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'd be curious what the percentage is of people that have bought a game and then lost it or something and then had to rebuy it.
But also
Sims 3, I'm looking at you.
That's a very personal thing for you, but fair play. But with all the different editions, there's Minecraft Switch edition, there's Minecraft PlayStation
Pocket edition.
Pocket Edition, Java, like Bedrock Edition. You know what I mean? So like somebody.
I mean, unless if you're not playing on Bedrock or Java, like what are you doing?
Well, look. There's a lot of Pocket Edition kings and queens out there. Right, we got to celebrate them today.
the Minecraft Steam Deck people.
Yeah, it's the thing.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, you probably are right. There's probably quite a few people who have bought multiple copies of the game just
for all their different devices, so they can play it whenever they want on the go.
Yeah, constant Minecraft.
24/7, just filtering through. When you're not on your laptop, when you've got to go out of the house, you've got it on your phone. You know,
feeding the like constant addiction. Yeah.
That it's such an addiction that you forget about the game for years at a time, and then play it for 2 weeks, and then never come back to it.
This is it.
So the Minecraft phase.
This is exactly it. This is the Minecraft phase. Yeah.
So you're in the midst of your Minecraft phase. I guess the first question that I have for you is, what have you been... I've seen your house that you built.
Thank you.
If we have a screenshot, we'll get it on screen.
I mean, I know you didn't say it was a very nice house, but I mean...
Excuse me, I complimented the tower that you built. I complimented the windows that you made.
Thank you.
They looked very nice.
Thank you.
And also, you've got like some mods now. So you've got a little lantern?
Yeah, well, I'm you know, I think this is helping me play for longer than 2 weeks, maybe. I've got, I've got like an add-on that affects like the tools. It's Tinker's Construct for any Minecraft.
Any seasoned veterans
any Minecraft nerd out there. I think it's quite a popular one, but yeah, it adds more interest to the game in terms of like the tools and the stuff you can make.
So this is more like a Minecraft 3-week phase.
Well,
3.5 week phase.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to push me to just above 2 weeks, but you know, we'll see.
Well, you never know. So, like, what's your plan in your Minecraft phase now that you've built your house?
Well, this is the thing. I think I am. When I say I'm midway through it, I think I'm starting to go.
Start to crash.
On the
decline.
The decline of the phase, and I mean, like, It's obviously like there's not a huge amount to talk about here, right? Because I want to tell you things about the Minecraft 2-week Minecraft phase that are kind of not particularly obvious, but like at least logical. Like if you thought about it for like 5 minutes, you'd know all the things that I'm going to tell you anyways. Do you know what I mean?
So this might not be a long enough episode for a brew break.
Oh no, there'll be a brew break.
Oh okay.
There'll be a brew break. Just because I want a cup of tea in like maybe 20 minutes or so.
You mean another crisp glass of water?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get like the jug. We'll fill this with water. So we'll come back and be after the break. You've just like got that.
That's what we've got.
Tipping
now.
that up to take a fat swig.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, there's some things to talk about that I think will be interesting. Which is the main point is that why like this is a thing that happens to like people who've played the game just at even like one point in the past.
Yeah.
Like anyone who's played the game one time has probably experienced this, where you come back to it after like a year or 6 months or whatever of not playing it, and play it for like a short amount of time, and then drop it again.
Yeah.
So my question there is why do people come back to the game?
Yeah. For
one, and then the obvious next question is why do you then stop playing after like 2 weeks? Why is it a 2-week phase? Mm-hmm. Why doesn't it last longer?
So where do you think is I think the most logical point to start is why do people play the game?
Yeah.
In the first place.
In the first place?
Like, what do you think the appeal is that makes people want to keep coming back to it?
Oh, keep coming back to it?
Like, just generally, like, because I feel like the reach of Minecraft's appeal is quite broad. But I feel like you always see, like, kids when they play Minecraft, like, they will just, every time they log in, it's a new world, creative, just build 7 houses, burn them all down.
Explode a couple of like villages.
Spawn a bunch of like dogs and then leave the game and then come back to it tomorrow, do the same thing again for weeks and weeks on end.
Well, this is true. I suppose that's a good point because it's a game that's played by adults and kids. Like the reach is very far. It's why it's the like best-selling game of all time.
Yeah.
You know, kids love it, adults love it. But no, I guess this applies to adults because, like you say, kids who like the game play it probably more regularly and just do stuff like that. What I'm mostly talking about is like playing in survival mode and like starting a new world.
So you don't play in hardcore?
Hey. I don't think I'm hardcore enough to play
you only play for 2 weeks at a time.
I only play for 2 weeks. Like, this is
you get your skill up and then you leave it for a year, so you come back and you die instantly, lose all your progress.
So I don't want to play in hardcore, I just die. That's where your whole world gets deleted if you die even one time.
So yeah, anyway.
But I think there's loads of reasons for why, like, that kind of happens. What I don't know is why it's specifically Minecraft. Like, I can't think of another, like we said, I can't think of another game that has...
Actually, I think it's a sandbox game thing, because I don't play a lot of sandbox games, but I play my fair share of Sims 4. For anyone out there, I'm going to out myself. I have played precisely...
Here we go. I have a number in my head.
I have played 1,731 hours and 26 minutes of Sims. And that's not even that bad, to be fair. There are people that have way worse statistics than that.
I was going to guess 1,300.
Yeah, it's getting up there. It's climbing.
I mean, I don't think you've played like 500 hours since I last looked at that number. So that must have just been a random guess from me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't actually play that often. It sounds like I spend a lot of time on it, but I actually do have a job, unfortunately.
You played it since it like came out, like that specific. Yeah, you played other Sims games even before then, so like it makes sense.
Yeah, but I was just going to say, the point was, I think Sims is like that because in the community of people that do play Sims, like I know that me and like my other friends that play Sims have like had a bit of like this sort of conversation of like, life gets too busy to sit and want to play like a game where you can basically just have like whatever, you can do whatever you want basically. I know they're very different games because you have like the aspect of like survival in Minecraft, but I think they still have the same sort of energy where they're like, it's like kind of like cozy games. Like I think Animal Crossing would probably fall into that as well. I haven't played Animal Crossing since New Leaf on the DS, so that's aging me. But I think that those kind of games, I think it might be just a sandbox game thing generally, because I know I've gone through phases of like not playing like Sims at all. For someone who has that many hours in a game, I've not played it for like a good year at a time sometimes, and then like come back to it, wanted to play it constantly for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then I leave it again because I'm just like, I kind of don't really have time to like sit and load it up. I don't really have time to sit and get like invested in it. So maybe it's just like a
sandbox type thing.
A sandbox thing.
Funny enough, I was going to mention The Sims just because I know it's like something you can relate to. But I think one big reason that people come back to a game like Minecraft is because of the sandbox nature of it, like the creativity side of it, right? Like I think that there's at least a little bit of like you start playing the game because like you have an idea of like I could do this thing in this game. Like I could build this thing, or maybe you see something online, whether it be Minecraft or The Sims. Be like, like look at that, like build or something. Like I could make that, and it starts being like, maybe I'll just
you get the little nag in your brain
exactly
to do it.
And I think that's the thing I think that's shared between like the classic.
I was going to say I think the two things that like link those two games together, for example, is like the building aspects. And I feel like if I was to think about Minecraft, like the dopamine hit you get from when you first start a new world, you have nothing, everything's difficult. You have to just like keep building. But once you've built a house, it's kind of like, I don't know what to do now, because there are loads of things you could do, but it's like, but now I've built my house, and it's only like, I don't know if you have like the purpose to like want to keep playing the actual game, because I think the same thing happens with people that play Sims. Like I've had it before where I like spend spend hours. I like building houses in The Sims. Is my whole thing. I like to build houses, and then I'll build a house with like no family in mind. I don't have any Sims. I just build this house, make up some whole like fake scenario so I can clutter this house full of crap. Like I literally built, what was it, like I made like a camper van. Just had this thought of like, I'm gonna build a camper van and come up with like a whole scenario of the people that live there, even though I made no people to live there.
What their backstory was.
Yeah, and then like I do that, and then I'm like, it's a bit late now, I'm a bit tired, and then I forget about it, and then I just like exit the game and like don't come back. And I feel like the same thing happens just in a different way with Minecraft, where you spend so much time where you're like, I'm a bit fatigued from collecting so many trees to make the wood for my my house, that then you're like,
Although having said that, I think like that hits on a different point, which is like, I think probably one of the biggest reasons that people come back to it is the like nostalgia of it. Because I think especially a lot of adults that play the game every now and then now, it's that you played it when you were younger, and you kind of crave that almost similar feeling to like a nostalgia hit of playing the game. And the reason I say that is because thinking about like how I've played the game recently, like all I wanted to do was just build like a big house. Like that was my goal.
Well, your house was like 4 or 5 stories.
Yeah, exactly. And like that was my goal when I like loaded up the game. And I found myself, this is kind of why I had the idea to talk about this stuff, because I found myself thinking like, I'm collecting wood to build this house. And in any other game, or vast majority of other games, I wouldn't like just sit and click on trees for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Because like it was tedious, and like I wasn't having a huge amount of fun while I was clicking on trees to...
But you got the goal in mind, you know what you're doing it for. And
like, I'm okay just kind of like existing in that world because of nostalgia and because of like the game and the feeling it gives you and all this kind of thing. So yeah, I think like it's not a bad thing. Like playing a game like that's, you know, familiar, I suppose, in a sense for Sims, for you put a lot of hours into it. So it's a familiar world, you know. I think that's a big part of it, of why people come back to it.
That's
you
true.
Know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think for you it's a nostalgia thing then? Like for you personally, what do you think brought you back to it? Because we've been playing like a few games here and there, like, and I feel like there's been most days, most evenings, at least some point in most weeks, you've turned to me and been like, should we play some PlayStation? Like, should we do this? Should we play a game? And it's like, I feel like you've been in this like, I don't know, like, not just like 2-week Minecraft phase, but like this like, gaming phase generally anyway. Of like, we were playing through games and like I might come home from work and be too tired, and you're like, do you maybe like want to play a little bit of game?
You know you want to play.
Go on.
You're not that tired.
And like, because then you weren't playing Minecraft like straight off the bat, but you've been kind of wanting to play games or like watch me play games that you like. For example, we've been doing that a lot recently. Of like a game that you've played that maybe I haven't played. Like I don't play a lot of combat games, or didn't really grow up playing a lot of combat games. I played a lot of like platformers and things. So like you've shown me like Hollow Knight. Like briefly.
Yeah.
We played Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Not a lot of it, but we have played Dark Souls.
Love that.
Oh, love it. I love when I die and I get sent back to a bonfire and I've got to walk for like 20 minutes just to get back to the same boss and then die instantly.
I don't think it's your kind of game, to be honest.
I'm very easily frustrated. That's my problem, my cross to bear.
It is, yeah.
But
You're absolutely right.
I get why people would like it, but I just find like... I find the tedium of it a little bit irritating, because I'm not necessarily, this is really going off topic, but I don't have an issue with the idea of like in Dark Souls things like you can fall off the edge, things like that. Like obviously a lot of games like they'll have like an invisible box that avoids you from just like falling stupidly or something like that. Or like things like the animations are really slow, like you have to actually like plan like for a really, depending on what game you're playing from the series. They're really slow. Yeah, it's like strategic. It's like, you do. I think depending on the type of person that you are, it can just feel really long. And I, like, especially when we played, what was it the first one that we played that was really like slow combat? Definitely the slowest. And I just found that like, it was fine, but I found like I get tired a lot quicker because my brain is just not stimulated by walking through an area, having to like, wait for 5 minutes for this enemy to try and hit me, because otherwise if I let them hit me it's just gonna kill me and I'm gonna have to do it all again. Well, if you just like spam attacks, then you can't spam it. Like, you'll just die. Like I can like sometimes be a bit strategic, but I am really bad. I'm just very impatient. So fighting games or like combat games I find really hard to get into, because if the fighting or whatever requires me to be like complex or like read too many stats or anything, my brain just hates it. Like, but equally, and to kind of prove this point, I think like there must be times where you've played The Sims that, like, I don't know, not that you particularly find it tedious, but anyone else would feel a similar way you feel about Dark Souls. Like
if you, I can't. I mean, I don't know, like something in The Sims, like something that's like slow, or like you got to read a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
or,
the thing about
you got to grind something out. But for you, it's not tedious.
I find I get bored, but I think the difference is that there's no visible, like everything takes so long anyway because of the type of game that it is. Like there's no visible progression.
Yeah.
Because I get the same with things like when I've played Animal Crossing in the past. You get to a point with Animal Crossing, anyone that's played it, where like you're just like paying off like all this money, you're just like collecting things, and then you get to a point where you kind of like you get in like the weird like no man's land like middle zone, like you know the idea of like start of the game, end of the game, and like the middle section of a game, like because there's not really like story to those kind of games or like a very obvious progression or arc.
Yeah, like a lot slower progression.
It's like I don't think with those kind of games like I'll just get bored and I'll just like remove myself from it and come back to it. But because I'm not going to forget how to do the fighting, I'm not going to forget what boss I'm coming up to. So it doesn't really matter. There's not really any stake there. But like we've been playing like, for example, God of War. And like if I've gone away from it for too long, I can't even remember where I've got to.
Yeah. So really, like the story and the
and then I forget what like attacks I've got because I haven't played it in so long.
Yeah.
And then I have to do the whole familiarise myself with the game again. And it's not like I'm completely, like, illiterate to video games, so I think it's a very interesting, like, I don't know, it's just the way that different people approach games. But I think what going through playing games together has shown me is I'm a very impatient person. I'm an incredibly impatient person when it comes to fictional things.
Sometimes. But this is what I mean, sometimes, yeah, but, like, if you're doing something that's, like, you might get impatient with something in The Sims, but... You know, a lot of the time that's just because you're familiar with the world, because you're familiar with you can just kind of exist and like have fun playing the game. I think that's what it's like for Minecraft. And another point that kind of helps that, kind of helps the 2-week phase thing is because if you're in the cycle of doing 2-week phases, a lot of the time you play for a bit on a new world, and then drop that world, and then when you want to play again, you want to start a new world. So you start a new world. So it means that everything's fresh again. You don't have to remember where you are. Obviously it's very different because it is a sandbox game, like you can do whatever, and you can be like pursuing a certain thing and then forget where you are. But if in the cycle of playing every now and then dropping it, you're starting something new at the start of every single time, then playing it for a fixed period of time and then stopping, like you have your goal or whatever you want to do in the game when you start, and do it, maybe complete it, and then drop it. Like so because everything's like procedurally generated, you know, like it's all brand new from as soon as you click like create new world. You don't know what you're gonna find, you know where you're gonna be. True. Like I think that's kind of what's appealing. You know what I mean? Because
rather
it's like
than like having
new.
A game that's like takes you 40, 60 plus hours to like actually complete, and a lot of the time that's not actually completing the game. Because that's another thing. That's a side tangent itself. But that's another thing that frustrates me is like the fact of like I don't cope well with having to come back to places in games. Like, oh, you can't do this now. Well, why? Why can't I do this now? It's right here.
Our view on games is very different.
Thing is, I know why. I just get annoyed because I want to clear areas and I know I can't, and that really frustrates me. So it's when I'm like, but can I not? I'm like, but can I not do that because it's a skill issue, or can I not do that because I just can't do that yet?
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, with the sorry, I didn't think this was going to turn into just me like
I think there's lots we can talk about with like games in general. Like I want to talk more about games because
why is like Minecraft such a unique game? I guess is the
like the
title of this.
True. This is true, but just like in general, like because we have very different experiences with like games, and like we have very different tastes in games as well. So I think there's a lot we can talk about. Even like we're just talking really briefly about games right now. There's a lot we can say. Like we can talk a lot about this kind of thing. But we'll stay grounded for Minecraft for now. But I definitely want to in future do an episode about like gaming, what like in general, like wider things like that.
That's Harry's way of telling me to like stop getting distracted from the subject matter.
No. I like it. I like it, and I want to talk more about games. So.
In part 2
of this video. Not this video, but...
So why do you think then that like people, you're saying like people like drop the game? Like for specifically Minecraft, like what do you think?
We will get there.
Oh, sorry.
There's more, you're jumping ahead.
Whoa.
There's more, well, because, so we've had people, I think people come back to the game because of nostalgia, because of, like, creativity. Like, it's a sandbox game, you have an idea, or you see something, like, I want to do this thing, so you jump back into the game. And also because when you start a new world, it's fresh, it's all new, everything's randomly generated, you know. So that's all great. We've had all those things. I also think that the payoff of, like you said, the payoff of the early game is so much greater than the payoff in the late game, I think. Like,
I think if you could draw, like, it would be like that, like a curve, because when you start the game, you've got nothing, and there's, like, all this, like, even if you've played the game so many times before, there's, like, that curve of being, like, I've got to learn this thing, and, like, especially, like, things like, you know, like, aspects of the game, like redstone and stuff, like, no one ever remembers how any of that works. Like, you have to just...
Some people do. I don't.
I don't.
But that's what I mean. Like I think there's lots of points where, like, I think there is lots of reasons why people stop playing. But at least in the early game, like, there's high payoff. There's, like, it's the most dangerous point. Like, you know, you've got nothing. You don't have shelter. You got to build shelter. You got to build tools. All this kind of thing.
Got to dig yourself a hole to sleep in night one.
Yeah, you got to make a dirt hole to sleep through the night in. And it, like, overcoming that, like, feels good. Like, going from, like, you're in a random world, you got nothing, to being like, oh, like, I've got armor, or, like, I've got a sword, or, like, I've got a home.
You see the zombie and you're like, he's got full gold armor and he dropped every single bit, and then you just cheated.
That's not cheating. That's in the game. That's happy. But anyways, no. I think that overall, I think it's like the excitement of coming to the game again. Whether that be like because of nostalgia or just because it's like starting a new world. Like, and it feels like endless possibilities. Feels like you've got nothing. You're gonna overcome everything, and you can set yourself like personal goals. Like, I want to build a house like this, or like I want to get, I don't know, this set up. Or, like, I want to get to this level of tools or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can set yourself, like, arbitrary, like, self-imposed goals kind of thing. And that's because it's a sandbox game. I think that's the reason people come back to the game, at least. Fueled by all those factors, but it's because it's, like, everything's new. And
every time you play it,
yeah. And I think that's pretty, like, that's cool. That's exciting.
It's quite unique of the game, I suppose. Because I don't know many games where the kind of cycle of playing that game is to come back and, like, always create a new world.
Yeah.
You know, some games have that element. To use The Sims again as an example, like, every time you load up that game, you could play a new world. I'm sure there are people that do that, but
I
feel like it's not as common as, like,
in
Minecraft. I feel like it's almost like half the point. Like, we had a world together for a while, and we haven't played in it because also it's just not like. It's not the same now because it was at a point where when you were playing it, like, it made sense in that moment. Like, what you were doing, like, the things you were building. And then you get to a point where you go,
If we were to play again together now, we probably would start a new world.
Yeah.
But you are right, actually. I kind of forgot about that. But we literally did have a 2-week phase, like, with us playing it together.
But that also, I feel like...
we got really into it.
That was totally a 2-week phase, but also wasn't helped by the fact that we lived, like, miles away from each other.
Oh, well, that is true, yeah.
So I could only ever play when I came to yours.
We played it, like, solidly for 2 weeks, and then we didn't play it because we couldn't play it. But that was fun, and that was our equivalent of that, wasn't it? So yeah. But there you go. That's why I think people come back to the game.
Okay.
In terms of quitting the game, though, that's
so you build a house and then you rage quit.
Basically, I think that's probably a good point for a little brew break because I need a cup of tea.
You need
I only have water.
I have a tea bag.
I have one tea bag.
I have a tea bag and some dirty looking cold water.
Let's go for a brew break. We'll come back and talk about why you stopped playing the game. One grey Earl.
Thank you. Who's Earl and why is he grey?
Oh, everybody needs to put this guy out.
The automaton.
The guy. Is he on?
He's on. Is he on?
He's so great. He's just so cool. Obviously, you know he's cool. You got him for me.
Yeah. I like when you make him do that. Get that.
Okay, hang on. Let me think of a song. Alright, okay, ready?
Yeah.
This is a tune. Okay. Ignore that.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, go wah wah.
Pretty good?
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. You wanna go?
I don't know if I'm not skilled really with the.
The skill of the automaton. Oh, it's so cool.
Oh.
He deserves a place there, I think, on the pod.
He's a beautiful soul.
He deserves a little place there.
He does. Anyway, welcome back from the break.
Where were we?
Minecraft.
I was going to tell you about why I think people stop playing Minecraft after 2 weeks.
Tell me, sir, why do people stop after playing 2 weeks of Minecraft?
Why do you think, out of interest, why do you think people stop?
My immediate thought for why people would stop is like we kind of talked about like you enter in a new world, the dopamine hit of like things being hard, and then you're like, I'm gonna build the best damn house I can.
Yeah.
And I feel like, at least from my perspective, like you'll spend so long building a shell that then when you finish the shell, you don't have the want necessarily to build anything within that anymore. Unless you just like really get into it one particular time. But I think usually that's what it is like you grind out building a house, because let's be real, like you even said, like punching a tree can only be so much fun once you've done it 100 times.
Yeah.
So I think even though you can, you work towards like micro goals of like getting tools to make that quicker, the whole process is still the same. Like you're still doing the same thing. The goal is still the same, which is just to get enough like spruce to build your house.
Yeah.
And like, once you've got past that, and then you're like, it comes to the inside and you're like, because I feel like it can just feel like...
Now what?
Yeah, like a bit of a grind, because there are so many things you could do, but like, are you gonna do them? Like, I feel like so often the emphasis when you start a Minecraft phase is building a house, not a lot of like the exploration or stuff that maybe like Minecraft is kind of meant to be.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it doesn't really matter what it is, because it can be whatever you want it to be, but I think the reason for the phase cycle that I could assume would be just like the building of a house, and then like that is a really long process. Like if you do it naturally, like I remember, when you're a kid, if you ever play in survival, like it's just so long, and like you spend so much longer just doing like really minuscule steps, whereas I think when you're an adult, you just like grind out.
Yeah.
Like build the biggest house, the coolest thing, like get that stuff, and then like that's it.
And once you've done that. Yeah. I think you're right. You've actually done a lot of things, which is good. I think.
Was it a test?
Yes.
Did I pass?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
I think that you're 100% right. I think that how we said about how there's high payoff in the early game, I think that decreases a lot. I think once you've overcome like the first night, well not even the first night, but once you've overcome like having a house, being safe at night, having like basic tools or like armor or whatever, and like stable food as well. Once you've got like those things, that's like basically all of the game's difficulty. At least for like 99% of the game, you've just like solved it.
Yeah.
I think it can make the kind of excitement of why you started playing kind of fade quite quick, because you've got to that point, you've kind of done what you set out to do.
True.
It's like, well, now what? Like, or you start having less fun or whatever. And as well, because of that, like you say about like build a big house and stuff like this, like that's all. The majority of the game is like self-imposed roles, right?
Yeah.
Like you play the game, you have just like endless, or it feels like endless possibilities, and you think to yourself like, oh, like I'm gonna do this thing, I'm gonna build this thing, and that's great and all, but if you start losing that kind of motivation, then the game is what kind of suffers, because if you don't have an idea of like what you're gonna build next, or where you're gonna go next, then it is just like, well, I've got nothing to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's like that thing of like you get bored if things are too easy. Like once you've got everything you need, you're like, well, I could go exploring, but like when you first play, like it's like that thing of like you have no choice but to like try and get as much done in the day, and then when it gets to night, you've still got to keep moving because you've got nowhere to like sleep or whatever, and then like you're stressed. But then when you, like you say, when you get like a safe house and stuff like that, you go to bed, skip through the night, you wake up, you do like farming, let's say, like get your crops and stuff, you make a cake, and then you go to bed. And then like after like
might start getting a bit tedious,
like a couple like hours, let's say, to be generous, like a couple hours of that, you're like, well, yeah, like I could go and try and find a village, but like is there much point?
I think the point is like you're not progressing towards anything big anymore, because after you got to the point, like if like your house is like the big thing you're moving towards, once you've then got that, you need like another thing to take over, and a lot of the time that doesn't happen for
but
people.
my biggest question is, because I think like I remember being a kid, I feel like everyone always wanted to like get to the end in Minecraft, right? Everyone always wanted to go to the nether, everyone always wanted to do this, that, the other. What do you think about that has kind of lost its appeal maybe for like adults as they get older? Because I feel like you say about the 2-week Minecraft phase becomes you build a house and then you leave the game and don't open it anymore.
Yeah.
Do you think that is maybe just us as adults, like in this cost of living crisis, we crave a nice house and some stable food source, and then we're done?
We don't need anything else.
That's all we want.
Yeah, 100%. Having said that, a 2-week like Minecraft phase, they can mean different things for different people. Like I think for the majority of people, it's probably like you kind of progress, you get wood, you get stone, you get iron, probably, and then at that point you're probably good and you probably leave the game. But for some people, you can like quite quickly beat the game, like very feasibly in under 2 weeks. If like say one person's goal is to build a house, then yeah, sure, you get stone, you get iron, you build a house, cool. But if someone's goal going into the 2 weeks is like, I'm gonna beat the game, then they'll do that. You just rush, like you rush getting iron, you rush going into nether, and you rush getting to the end. You rush beating the game, and like that is equally a 2 week goal.
But do you think?
A 2 week phase, because once you then beaten that, you find yourself in the same point. Like, well, I've done the thing. So what do I do now?
My follow up question to that though is like, do you think the reason why like I'm not saying you've made a good point about like some people that would be their goal going into it, but there's only so many times you can complete something and that still be like satisfying.
Yeah.
And like there's something about Minecraft that like a big aspect of the game is open world, and it's just like do whatever you want, just keep doing whatever you want, just keep doing whatever you want. Do you think that the getting to the end or completing the end is too easy almost? Like, do you think it's a case of just it's not satisfying and people just don't really feel a need for that to be like a conclusionary part of their 2 week Minecraft phase? Like, do you think that's part of the reason like the objectives that you could have in the game or locations that you could go don't have enough reason for you to really want to go there, or because it's such an oversaturated game and everyone knows it, there's nothing really like there's no like intrigue the way that it was when it first came out and these things first existed? Because I remember the days of being a kid and like you'd hear like, oh, this like you can get to the end, like there's this portal and you can like defeat it, and it felt like such a like crazy thing to be able to do, and like, oh, you got to stumble upon it, like but now like that's just common knowledge. Everyone knows like if you wanted to go into the 2 week Minecraft phase, instantly like make a end portal and do that, and then you could like do you think that's part of it? Like what's your opinion on that? Like what do you think, that there's not enough incentive to want to go to these locations and do these things?
I think there's a lot of reasons behind that. I think the game has changed a lot. I think in part it's made it easier, like you say. You can feasibly do things like finish the game in a very short amount of time. That's just because of like updates, have added things like easier way to like get tools, get resources, and all these kind of things. And well, I mean, on that note, it's that's kind of a good thing in a way because it's cool and it's new. But also, if there's quite big changes, can feel kind of jarring. Like if you're used to the nostalgia or just knowing the game in a certain way. Like this happened to me when I played. I was like, ready to play the game, and then I load it up and then I see that like spears exist.
Yeah.
And I was like that looks weird. Like this looks new and like it's cool, but it's not when it's not the exact experience you're kind of thinking of. It is it is a little jarring. But that's a kind of a side point. I think about finishing the game, like it really depends because I think the game increases in like complexity when you get past that point of like having iron.
Yeah.
Like because you can go to the Nether, you can make potions, you can do all sorts of stuff, you could go to the end, you could beat the game. But like for some people, I think that a more satisfying conclusion to the 2 weeks, to the short period of playing, is just kind of playing for a bit and then stopping.
You find a nice area to build your house in and that's it.
Set up camp, yeah. And I mean, like I think that the points in the mid game and past the mid game are cool, but like you need to find resources. You need to do certain steps in order to make it to the end. That could potentially be like a little bit complicated. It's not crazy complicated. It's not really complicated, but like it's
you heard it here first. Harry finds Minecraft really complicated.
But it's not like it's completely different to like punching trees and getting wood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so you might get to the point where it's like, well, I don't actually really wanna, like, I don't know, find
Can I be bothered
what
to
are they called?
progress it?
Where like the end portals are.
Oh, I don't know. They're like they're in like little caves, aren't they? Like
a dungeon or whatever.
Yeah, like it's like a cavern-y kind of thing, and they'll be like not completed, and you've got to get endermen and ender pearls and eyes and crap.
I can't remember what they're called, but
yeah.
like you got to find one of them at the start. So like you could get to the point where like I don't think it's worth it for me to do those things. But equally, like I said, somebody could rush to the end just because they want to beat the game because that's their goal.
Yeah.
But again, it's the cool thing. Like it's a sandbox game. It's fine if that's the end of the game for you, or it's fine if the end of the game for you is building a house.
I want to build a house in Minecraft now.
Yeah, exactly.
You started my 2-week phase.
That's what we'll be doing later.
But no, I think you mentioned about like, changes to the game over time. The thing that it reminded me of is like, do you remember like the times when like Minecraft was like really new, when we were like kids and no one knew how to craft anything because they didn't have the what is it like on the left side and you can open up like everything and it will just tell you when you don't have the stuff to make it. Like I feel like that added like in the early game and into the mid game added so much more when you didn't. Don't get me wrong, it was frustrating and it makes it a hell of a lot easier now, but like when you used to have to literally place
trying
everything to build anything and obviously like I think I would not be able to have a 2-week Minecraft phase now. If that was the case, I'd get so irritated. But at the same time, I think, that also made it like you can't see what there is to do because you don't know until you find out for yourself or like search it or like put in the time. So maybe that's why the Minecraft phase has become like, I think it's an element of like just getting older anyway, because we're talking about this as two like 24-year-olds, so like obviously we have a different opinion to like a 9-year-old that's playing Minecraft now that never knew what Minecraft was like when it was first released anyway, because they weren't even born. So I think that that aspect of it too is like probably contributing to the shorter span of time in which a person will play the game for before leaving it and then picking it back up. But I don't know, what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I think it's true. And like you said about updates as well, like, because that's a good example of something that's made the game easier. Because it has, like...
A lot easier,
You don't need to know...
Don't need to go to Tesco's and buy, like, a crafting manual. Beg your dad for, like, £5 to buy the crafting manual so that you know how to make, like, an enchantment table.
A pickaxe. Yeah, exactly. But like, things like... like they've added like shipwrecks and like ruined portals and like even like like trading with villagers and stuff like this. Like they've expanded upon this, so it means that like you can like get resources, you can get diamonds like super quickly if you know what
if
you're
you're
doing.
lucky as well. Like,
if you're lucky and if you know what you're doing, you can like progress really quick into the game.
you can
really
rush,
quickly.
yeah.
Which is like I say, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It can make it more replayable because it's like, oh, like this is cool, it's exciting, this is new to me, and it could also make it less replayable because it's like that's weird or like that's jarring, like that's not what I'm used to. This isn't the game I remember, all this kind of thing. Or equally, you do that and get diamonds, and then like you're overpowered, and it's like then less fun. Or you've got to that point quicker than you expected to be. You know what I mean? Like rather than because the progression is like you make tools out of wood, you make tools out of stone, you make tools out of iron, and you need the lower tier to be able to harvest the higher tier. So you work your way up. But if you find a chest in a shipwreck that has like diamonds in it,
you're winning.
Then like you're like, well, I don't. I mean, you do have to still do the thing to get more diamonds.
Yeah.
But you're like, well, I don't have to do that progression of getting wood, getting stone,
makes
you know
it
what
easier.
I mean?
Yeah.
So you kind of skip a little bit there.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely can be a negative impact on the kind of.
Well, it's like when we played, we played in survival, but I like found a village like we just spawned next to a village like really quick, and I swear they used to be harder to find, but we like stumbled upon it, and then like really quickly you just like break everything, just take it with you. You've suddenly got like everything, you didn't even have to build it.
Got a load of stuff.
Like you just pillage this entire village and like trade with all the villagers, steal their llamas, and then you've got everything that you could possibly need.
Yeah.
Like it's like it is kind of one of those things where like you say, if you know what you're doing, you just like instantly you like raid an area, and then like you didn't even have to
you're good for a
work
while.
out how to build a stone cutter because you just stole one.
You just got one. Yeah, that's kind of my point. Yeah.
Like I got like a calligraphy table or whatever the hell it is. No, like the map table thing.
Yeah.
Calligraphy table.
It probably is called that.
I have no idea if it is.
Probably
It
is called that.
Sounds
yeah.
funny to call it that.
I have no clue, but it probably is.
I remember we got like that, and I didn't even really know how to utilize that to make anything. I was just like, I just had it.
That's how this cool thing.
And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
First sneeze on the pod.
First sneeze won't be the last.
If you die in the game, you like you drop all your things on the floor, right? And if you're not able to go back to where you were, or they fell in lava or something like this, got burnt, then they're gone forever. If you don't, I think it's like 5 minutes. If you don't pick them up off the floor for 5 minutes, they're gone. And I think I don't know how it sounds of me really, but I do think that is a valid reason to stop playing the game. I feel like if you like,
rage quit the game.
Yeah, like kind of like I.
Got diamonds from shipwreck and then died because you fell in lava and then cry yourself to sleep at night.
Well, like if that happened, like if you say like you're at a really good point, like you just got like iron tools or something, you're doing really good, and you're like, oh, this is great, like I'm gonna play, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and you had cool things you were gonna do, and then you fell in lava, lost all of your stuff, like all of your tools, all your iron you just got, and it's like, well, I've got to start again, like I've got to get wood. I've got to get stone, I've got to get... That is enough for me to be I think that's a valid reason to not continue playing. Because that's a lot of work you've already just done.
You're right. I think that's so interesting though, because we've talked so much about how the game's gotten easier and things make the game easier and stuff like that. But then like talking about like, you die once and that's enough to like stop you wanting to play the game. And I do agree, because that would rage me.
I think it's valid.
What's wrong with my mouse?
I think that is valid. That is totally valid.
Like it's so it is annoying. But I think it's funny that like, you know, if you didn't have that, I feel like we'd also be having the point of like, oh, it's too easy to just get everything and never have an issue.
Yeah, well, that is true. I guess it's a good thing. That's why I can't hesitate to say it, because strange. Like it's good. But also, if you had everything on you and then lost everything, then realistically, are you going to put in all that effort again to get to that point? That's a lot of time.
I think as well, because like again, the thing of like building a house, it is a lot of tedious like doing the same thing. Like, it's a lot of work, and I think that is what like puts you off, because like the last thing you want, like you're mentally getting fatigued from doing the same thing over and over again to build this house, right? And then imagine you lose all your tools. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I'm a head out.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to do it anymore because it was already tedious enough to get the wood for the house. Now you got to tell me that my half finished roof, I've got to go punch the wood to make it now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Not great, is it?
Yeah, no.
I think that is valid. And the only other thing I mainly have as like a main point is that I think because it was very likely a nostalgia thing coming back to the game, like, therefore, I'm saying this from a perspective of an adult playing the game, I think, like, the excitement of starting again is great and all, but as that starts to fade, kind of other adult commitments in life then start taking priority. Do you know what I mean? Like, as you start having less fun or things become a bit more tedious, then the nostalgia and the initial excitement is kind of not quite enough to
keep you going,
to overcome either playing a different game that has, like, I don't know,
more consistent,
you just enjoy, or better, like, instant gratification, or just, like, other things in life taking over, because that's just how life is.
That's the thing though, like, you know, you pictured the scenario of your Saturday, you're playing Minecraft, you've just built your house, but then you've lost all your tools, and then just in that moment you spot the washing that's been sat on the side for like 2 weeks.
That's my point.
And you're like, I really could do that, and then all of a sudden that feels less tedious than the idea of
it overtakes it.
Getting loads of wood again.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. I guess I guess the biggest point is how you change. Just I guess Minecraft has just been one of those games that's just happened to be around long enough that, like, I guess it's like a lot of games, isn't it? But like games that just have been around long enough that people who are now adults or midway through their like 20s have the nostalgia for it, but it's still around and it's so different to what it was.
It's still very prevalent. Like now.
You know, it's different now playing a game when it's not school holidays and you've got 6 weeks to literally just sit in the house and fester, and the only problem you've got is your dad telling you or your mum telling you that you've got to go out and like go to the park because you need to touch some grass.
You got to get off the game.
And you're like, no, you hide in the corner and you're like, please, no, don't pull the plug.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, that's
like you're the one doing that to yourself. You're like, I really should go out.
That's like what you do to me now.
Yeah, it's like, come on, we really should go to the shops because like, we need to make dinner tonight, don't we?
Yeah, in a minute.
It's like, I just want to build my house.
It's not actually like that, but...
No, it's not. But, you know...
It could be.
It's like when I come in from work and I'm tired and you're like, you want to play games?
I think we should play some games
and
right
I'm like,
now.
Harry, it's like... Yeah, but by the time we load it up and then we put like a decent amount of time into it, like... We're going to be really overtired. Like, you know, we've got to get up early in the morning. Like, it's like we're talking to each other like how our parents would have talked to us when we were kids.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there.
No.
Yeah.
Don't want to start anything because you're like, oh, my old soul can't handle it nowadays.
I think that's you saying that.
Well, to be fair, I'll be the first to admit, I can stay up quite late and like sleep in for a while, but like I'm nowhere near what I used to be like, and I can't be staying up on games until like 3 a.m. anymore. Like it would finish me off. Just can't do it.
On a slightly different, but also I guess slightly similar note, because your experience in Sims, like, because I don't actually know this. I assume not, but like, is there, like how there is the Ender Dragon in Minecraft? There's not really an end point, is there, in the Sims?
No, but you might not know this. Anyone who does know about the Sims will know this, but because of that, some people that really like that kind of like progression, there's a whole plethora, like there's a whole community of people over time that have made like challenges, and there's now, because of that kind of, some people have that want to have like a start and end goal. There's even now, as part of just the game, because like, it started as like challenges like that Sims community creators and just people that like the game, you know, like Reddit post challenge ideas, there's a bunch of them, and some of them are like rags to riches is what one of them's called. Like you start with a sim that has zero money, like you cheat them so they have zero money, and you make them live off the land, and then slowly they build up their like space, like their house, and they can't do certain things until they have certain things, and they can't like, they only can like shower on like community like buildings and stuff like that. Like, so those are things that do exist, but then obviously that is still open-ended, because like when do you get to a point, like I think there might be rules of like, oh, once you hit like 1 million like of the in-game currency, then you win. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But because of that, my point was that it started with like community-driven things like that. But now, when you actually boot up the game, there are things called scenarios that are now pre-built in like game features. So when you start a new game, it will ask you if you want to play a scenario, if you want to just play the open worlded game.
Oh, okay.
So the scenarios are essentially like their own game, and they have their own kind of like goal, and like your sim has to start with certain aspirations, has to start with certain things, has to be a certain age, a certain gender, certain this, certain that.
Okay.
I'll find one just to read to you.
I was gonna say, because it seems quite similar, at least in concept, to like having self-imposed things you want to do in Minecraft, to having like those self-imposed challenges you said about in Sims. But obviously now it seems like that's progressed into like now it's actually a part of the game.
It was. People still do, like, if you watch people that say play Sims on YouTube or something, you know, there's only so much content you can get out of just playing, like,
yeah,
you know, whatever, like just playing a game that has no end, and people only want to see so much. But yeah, now like there are like these scenarios. First one, like plant a sim, and you start with one sim who is a young adult or older, so it's open. You can make a sim whoever you want, and the story endings is complete all goals while living as a plant sim, which a plant sim is hard to achieve in the game. Like, you have to collect loads of things, and like there's collectibles in the Sims that you have to collect to
so it
do
pushes
that.
you to do
so it pushes you to do aspects of the game that you might not even know exist. So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it doesn't have an end, and that was a bit of a tangent, but technically the game still doesn't have an official end.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing with one sim and they die, then you will get a game over screen.
Fair enough.
But I've had many a sim drown in a pool. So
that's the classic, isn't it?
But but other than that, there is no like end to the game. But you now can have like scenarios, or like there's some packs that are out that have more like linear storylines.
Yeah.
But not really. Like, I think there's only 2 that I can think of that have linear storylines, and that's like, you know, Sims is a classic DLC like paradise, if you will. Depending on who you are. If you're making the money from it, then it's a paradise. Yeah. But it's more of a nightmare. Hellscape.
Nightmare is a good word.
DLC hellscape.
For what it actually is.
So like,
that's interesting.
You know,
that's kind of what I assumed, because of the nature of the game. Like, it can't, like you're saying, unless you're only playing with one person and then they die.
Yeah.
Like, that was obviously how it's going to end. But yeah, that's kind of what I assumed, that it just kind of carries on. But yeah, interesting. I thought it's an interesting comparison to Minecraft, because obviously there is a very clear end to Minecraft, but also there's not. Like, you can, in theory, keep playing after you finish it, or you could never get to the end.
Because
you can just keep playing.
Yeah, because the thing about the end is that the end, all it really does is just trigger the credits, and then you can still go back into your world anyway.
Yeah, like you get some stuff for doing it, and there's stuff to do after it now as well.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have to. Nothing telling you have to.
I do think the fact that there is like end cities and stuff like that, like that's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Like it's cool that it's technically stuff that's like post game.
It's like, yeah, it incentivizes you to play it again.
Like, it's cool.
It's like Minecraft's new game plus.
Basically, yeah.
Now you're overpowered. Go wild.
Go crazy.
But yeah, any more like points that you want to touch on about that before I tell you more about Sims?
Don't tell me more about Sims.
Oh, okay. Save that for another day.
Save that for your Sims episode.
I'll do like a crazy lore video.
Yeah. As long as you don't talk for 1,700 hours, was it? Then you can do a Sims episode.
I thought you were about to say as long as you don't talk for an hour 30 like I did about the Bob's Burgers episode.
Oh, well, no, but that was different. I think, like, kind of overall, to summarise, if you will, I think it's kind of because this whole cycle thing, I think kind of happens because I think in theory you kind of forget why you stopped playing the last time you stopped playing, right?
Yeah.
Because what you forget is, like, how stuff became tedious, how, like, the progression is very... Even though it's a very open, like, freeing sandbox game, the progression is still the same. Your tools still increase in the same way.
Like, realistically, the basic premise of the game never changes.
Yeah, I think you forget that, and then as time goes on, the kind of excitement and anticipation to start a new world increases. Do you know what I mean? Because as you forget that more, and I think that means that then the the positive factors then outweigh those negatives if you've forgotten what the negatives even were. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously you start playing, and you kind of you might start getting more bored, or you might hit a wall, or like have any of the problems that we just talked about. And then I think that kind of builds until other things, like we're saying, then take priority over it, and then you just stop playing. You don't go back to it. And then I think that's how the cycle can repeat. Yeah. So I think that's kind of, in summary, that's kind of how it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it's a very interesting like idea, because I just think that, like, you know, when you said like to me about the idea of wanting to talk about the 2-week Minecraft phase, like the fact that it's known as like a 2-week Minecraft phase,
it's a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing, and like you don't know, like I don't know many games that have like the same thing or like phenomenon happen with them in the way that Minecraft does. Yeah. Like enough for it to be like almost its own thing, its own like meme. Like Minecraft has its whole like, you know, like this whole ecosystem around it. Well, basically, because of the type of game that it is. So it's very interesting that it is like that.
I think the takeaway that, like, I mean, I don't think that it's necessarily like, it's not that it's necessarily built to be played that way, but I don't think it's necessarily built to not be played that way. I think the kind of bottom line is that you can play any game and however you want to play it. Yeah. And like I think it's a good thing, because if you have fun with the game, like if you come back to Minecraft and you have fun with it for 2 weeks, that's great, and then you stop playing because you either stop having fun or run out of things to do with, and that's fine. Yeah. And then in 6 months or a year, you'll come back to it and have the same amount of fun again, and that's fine, because like it's supposed to be fun.
I guess that's the point that comes back to the idea of just like that is the point of games, I suppose.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun.
It's just meant to be fun. If it's not fun, then why are you doing it?
And the 2-week Minecraft phase is something that a lot of people have found fun. Yeah. So yeah,
enough to even make jokes about it.
Yeah, enough for it to be like a well-known thing that like happens.
I think that's a funny way to look at it. Do you have any more like that you want to touch on about it, or do we think that's kind of like the nice conclusionary summary?
It is a nice little conclusionary summary, isn't it? I think that I think that it's similar to like playing games in the way that like you specifically want to play them, right? And that there's nothing wrong about that. Is the same way as like if you want to play Minecraft with like one world that you put like thousands of hours to, like The Sims, and then you have a break from the game and then keep playing on that same world, that's great. Like that's literally I'm
a sucker for it.
That could be considered a 2-week Minecraft phase. But the real usual phase is starting a new world, get to a point, stop and start a new world. You know what I mean? And that's fine too. But like I think the takeaway is that you can play this specific game in whatever way you want to play it, and you can also play any other game whatever way you want to play it. Yeah. And that's kind of something that we might talk about in the future. Like we said at the start, like I think we could talk for a long time about games. And I think that that's something that I think would be cool to talk about.
I'd like to know if anyone that is watching this would be intrigued to like hear us talk about it, especially from what we've kind of touched on here. Like, would it be an interesting topic for other people to hear, like our opinions of like what we get out of games independently as different people, and like what we find difficult, annoying, like interesting about games, and like how different people approach things. We are very, very different in that way.
In that sense, yeah. You
know, we grew up playing games. Like I think both of us had our own like sort of like eras of playing a lot of games as kids, but it's just like the type of stuff that you play, the type of things that you like absorb when you're younger, certain things that are like targeted towards, you know, it's like things like about, you know, I could talk for hours about the way that like video games, especially during like when we were growing up, like how certain video games are targeted towards girls, some video games are more targeted towards boys, especially because like video games are so different now to when we were growing up, same way they were different to when our parents were growing up. You know, it's changed so drastically. But, you know, if anyone contacts us after seeing this, please let me know if that's what you want to see, because I'd be intrigued to talk about it, but
I think it'd be fun to talk about.
I don't know where we would go with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the good way to summarize like the way our relationship with games is that you love Dark Souls just like so much. Like you won't stop going on about how much you love Dark Souls.
No, never.
And I love The Sims. Like I'm always talking about how much I love The Sims. I think that's probably the best way to see the dynamic. I think that's probably the best way to kind of summarize it.
I do have to say, I'm gonna really out you here, because I will tell everyone that I did get Harry to make a Sims save file.
Yeah, it was actually fun. It was fun.
And let it be known, he did have some fun.
It was fun. Yeah, I mean, there was some parts I enjoyed, like, and there's still more to do. Like, I might play more, but it was more so for the fun, you know. Like,
well,
I made you play. I made you play some Dark Souls.
Yeah, precisely.
We're playing God of War Ragnarok together at the minute, just because it's a good game. It's fun.
Yeah.
And you know, in retaliation, you got me to play some Sims. So,
yeah.
And it's good.
I don't know what game I'll get you to play next. Or actually, no. To be fair, it started with me making you play Monopoly, and then now I've made you play Sims. We're gonna keep pushing through. I'm gonna get you to play all the games that I like.
I do like Monopoly though, but it's just that you like Monopoly to like a different level. Like that's different. Like you love Monopoly.
The thing is, I think the more that people don't want to play Monopoly with me, the more I'm intent on making people play Monopoly with me.
Yeah.
Because when you're gonna disagree with me just because it's content, but when you play Monopoly with me, I'm not that bad. I just really enjoy the game's only fun when you have multiple people.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you're not cheating.
I do disagree with you there.
No, because cheating's the reason you hate the game.
No,
Full stop. No, it's not. Because when you were growing up, you always tell me, we and my family don't play Monopoly anymore because we went on holiday a couple of times and people cheated and it's not fun.
No, but that's fond memories.
Oh, fond.
No, it genuinely is. Like,
okay.
No, it is, yeah. Like, we'd never, argued over Monopoly, but there have been good times that have come of...
So your family own 2 different types of Monopoly, but any time I even suggest the idea, it's like, no. And you're it's because it's too long.
Yeah, it's good. It's so long to play, and, it is a good game. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy playing it with you. But, especially when you're with a group of people, convincing said group of people to play a game that's, as decisive as Monopoly, is difficult. It's a hard sell.
You do commit yourself to it. But I don't know, it's just there's something to playing Monopoly with a group of people.
We're gonna end up playing Monopoly tonight, aren't we? I mean, we're gonna end up playing Monopoly tonight. Hooray. Oh yay.
Anyway, I think that's a nice place to stop it before we argue about Monopoly anymore. I think that was a nice little, I don't know exactly how long it will be, but I think it was a slightly shorter one. You know, get us into the flow.
I enjoyed that. But it was fun. It was fun to chat about that as a little bit of something fun. And like I say, I want to talk about more stuff like this in the future. So we will see. But that was fun. And thanks for hearing me out talk about my silly little game about blocks and trees and stuff.
I am placing blocks. We've got to do the thanks a bunch.
Thanks a bunch. We should do the theme tune.
You do it. You'll be better.
No, keep going. No. It was good.
Oh no, I can't. I've lost it now. I've lost my flow.
That'll do.
That was fun.